Osahan, they called him Prince. He wasn't royalty, not by blood. But in the concrete jungle of New Benin, he was heir apparent. His father, Chief Osagi, ruled the Black Stallions with an iron fist. Osahan, tall and stoic, was being molded in the same image. He knew the streets. He knew the rules. Loyalty was paramount. Betrayal meant death. It was a hard life, but it was the only one he knew. Osahan wasn't heartless, though. He carried himself with a quiet dignity, a hidden tenderness in his eyes. He'd seen too much violence, too much pain. He yearned for something more. But what? He didn't have the answers. He only knew the weight of responsibility, the legacy that would one day be his. Omoi. Her name meant Child of Beauty, and she wore it well. She moved with a grace that defied the chaos of the city. Her laugh, a melody that could disarm even the hardest heart. She was the youngest of Mama Ife's brood, the only daughter in a family of notorious green dragons. Omoye wasn't like her brothers. They reveled in the power, the fear they instilled. Omoye saw the pain it caused. She saw the mothers weeping for sons lost, the children growing up too fast. She longed for a different life, one filled with love, with peace. But such dreams seemed impossible in a city stained with the blood of their rivalry. The Black Stallions and the Green Dragons, two sides of the same coin, bound by the streets, by the drugs that flowed like a river, by the violence that stained their hands. They controlled different territories, but their paths often crossed. Always with suspicion, always with the threat of violence simmering beneath the surface. One hot afternoon, the tension boiled over. A misunderstanding, a stolen glance, a careless word. It was all it took. The air filled with the sickening thud of machetes, the screams of the wounded. Osahan, caught in the fray, fought with the ferocity of a caged lion. He had to protect his brothers, his family. He didn't see the girl on the sidelines, her eyes wide with terror, until it was almost too late. Omoye had been sent to deliver a message, a seemingly innocuous errand that put her in the wrong place at the wrong time. She watched in horror as the fight erupted, her heart pounding in her chest. Then she saw him, Osahan. He moved with a lethal grace, his face a mask of cold fury. Their eyes met across the battlefield, a clash of fear and something else. Something unexpected. Recognition? In that moment, the world around them faded away. The violence, the hatred, it all disappeared. There was only the intensity of his gaze, the way his eyes seemed to see right through her. Benin City, a city of contrasts. The energy was palpable, a vibrant pulse that thrummed through the streets. Market women hawked their wares, their voices a symphony of sound. Music spilled out from open doorways, a mix of traditional rhythms and modern beats. The air hung heavy with the scent of spices, of exhaust fumes, of life itself. But beneath the surface, a darkness lurked. The weight of poverty, of corruption, of broken dreams. The city was a tapestry woven from both beauty and despair. Their paths continued to cross, stolen moments in the market, a shared glance across a crowded street. They spoke in hushed tones, their words hidden from prying ears. Osahan learned about Omoye's dreams of becoming a teacher, of escaping the cycle of violence. Omoye saw the good in him, the tenderness he tried so hard to conceal. Their love blossomed in the shadows, a fragile flower pushing through the cracks in the concrete. But their families, their loyalties, stood between them like an unbreachable wall. Word of their forbidden romance spread like wildfire. Whispers turned to accusations. Suspicion festered into anger. Osahan's father, Chief Osagi, felt betrayed. His own son fraternizing with the enemy, he saw it as weakness, a threat to his authority. He vowed to crush this rebellion before it could take root. One night, under the cover of darkness, a trap was set. A group of Black Stallions, led by Osahan's own cousin, ambushed a gathering of green dragons. But the plan went awry. In the chaos, a stray bullet found its mark. Omoye, caught in the crossfire, crumpled to the ground, her lifeblood staining the dusty earth. The city held its breath. The fragile peace shattered. Mama Efe, her heart broken, pleaded for reason, for an end to the senseless bloodshed. Her words resonated through the streets, a mother's anguish echoing in the hearts of even the most hardened gangsters. Osahan, consumed with grief and rage, confronted his father. He blamed him for Omoye's death, for perpetuating the cycle of violence that had consumed her. He renounced his claim to the Black Stallions, turning his back on the only life he had ever known. The future remained uncertain. The scars of the past ran deep, but in the aftermath of tragedy, a glimmer of hope emerged. Osahan, haunted by Omoye's memory, dedicated himself to building bridges, to creating a better future for the city's youth. He knew the road ahead would be long and arduous, but he carried Omoye's love with him, a burning ember in his heart. It was a reminder of the life they could have had, a beacon of hope for a city yearning for peace. The dawn broke over Benin City, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold. A new day was dawning, a day for healing, for forgiveness, for love to triumph over hate.